Can we move on to the next slide?
Ooh, syllables. So one of the students who had come up here had actually mentioned this specific strategy for curation. This is the strategy of breaking words down into syllables. Something so simple, but it is going to be very useful when you come to the level 3 and 4 rounds. That is oral spelling bee rounds. And why is this method of breaking words down into smaller parts going to be useful? Okay, this is a non-spelling related question. Can I have someone from this side please come up who has not come up yet? And we want you to tell us, why do you think syllables are useful
Can
when
we
it
have
comes to
a
spelling?
volunteer that has
one
not
of you
come up yet?
Yes, and who has not come up yet? We have one student.
Yes, thank you.
And can we have one student from this side who has not come up yet? Think about the activities. I know you guys want to take part in
Can
all
we
of
have
them.
one volunteer who has not come up yet?
Not come up yet. Someone from the back. I see a lot of
Someone
you
from
there.
the back from the left column. My left.
Yes, please come up. You have your hand raised.
Yes, from anyone.
Please come up.
Please come
Yeah,
up.
Okay, so would you like to start off? Introduce yourself, your name, your grade, your school, and tell us why is this method useful when spelling?
Go ahead.
My name is Uma from grade 5 from the Velammal International School, and I think syllable is useful because we can break the words into easier parts to spell the word.
Okay, we can break words into smaller parts and think about why is breaking words into smaller parts helpful?
Now let's move on to our next volunteer. Can you introduce yourself? Say your name, grade, school.
Hi, I'm Tana from grade 2 in Ology Tech School.
Why is using syllables helpful?
Syllables are used to break words to make it easy for us to write it down and read it.
Okay. Thank you. He said it'll be easier to write it down. That is true in some cases when you are writing words and you are unsure of the spelling. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You can
go
sit
back.
down.
Thank you to our volunteers. Now, why are syllables useful? They are helpful especially for long words. So when you look at a lot of different words, especially long ones, when it comes to oral spelling bees, there is something that we see in a lot of spellers. They know the word that they're spelling, but they mess up just maybe one or two of the letters. For example, if I was spelling the word environment, and I'm going to start E-N-V-I, and they suddenly lose track of where they were spelling. So they're thinking, what's the next letter? V-I-R-N, and they accidentally skip a few letters. This is something that we see in a lot of spelling bees. Has anyone faced this problem before? I think all of us have faced this problem as spellers. That's right.
That's right.
And by breaking words down into syllables, you are going to be able to visualize the different small parts and spell without losing track. So I'll take the same word environment and I'll break it down into environment. So I can clearly identify 4 different parts here. And when I'm spelling, I'm going to spell it the same way. So I'm not going to just be like E-N-V-I-R-O, not like that. It's not random. It's E-N-V-I-R-O-N-M-E-N-T. So did you see how I broke it into 4 different parts? And I do this because it helps me remember the order of the letters and not lose track. And this simple technique is going to help you be a top speller in the level 3 and 4 rounds. How many of you are going to use this technique?
Can you all raise your hands up? Who's going to use this technique?
Whoever is raising their hand up, you have an advantage. So I think now everyone's raising their hands up. This is a wonderful technique because we know a lot of you might feel nervous. It's very easy to lose track of the letters and where you're spelling. So try to break words down into smaller parts and then go ahead with the spelling.
Okay, I think let's move on to our next slide, please.
As I mentioned, you can break words down into smaller parts and it does not matter how long the word is. I have this word on the screen. Does anyone know how to say this word? Can you guys yell it out from the audience?
Just yell it out.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Amazing. It is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And this is an insanely long word. But how do we spell it simply? We're using the same technique. We practice learning the word by syllables. So we say supercalifragilistic. very exhaustive, but it's this simple technique that will help you learn the spelling of any word.
Okay, now who wants to spell this word? Supercalifragilistic.
Well, I think we have the word on the board, but can anyone face this way and spell the word?
You should not
okay.
face the screen. You should face the
I
audience.
see some of you stood up and you sat back down, no problem.
Yes, go ahead.
Would you like to
Ashwita.
try to spell this insanely long word?
Can you repeat the word?
Sure. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. S-U-P-E-R Cali C-A-L-I Fragi F-A-G-I-F-R-A-G-I Listic
L-I-S-T-I-C.
XP
Can you repeat?
XP
E-X-P-E.
E-X-P-I close Ali
A-L-E.
A-L-I Docious. 2 parts left. You can do it. D-O-Shes. Can we have the audience help out on this one? Shes. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ashwita, and great job to those of you.
Thank you so much.
So did you see how we did it? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We broke it down into smaller parts, and that was that simple.
Okay, let's move on to our next slide. Oh, now we come to another activity. Now this syllable activity is pretty simple. All we have to do is we have a word displayed on the screen, and you have to tell us how many syllables the word has.
Very simple, and keep your hands raised for now. We're going to have all of you just yell out the answer as an audience. But the reason we're doing this activity is so you can look at a word, immediately pronounce the word, and tell us the number of syllables. This is a skill you should have in order to use this technique in spelling. Okay, on the count of 3, 2, 1, can we do a countdown?
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so we
Okay.
got 4 and 3 as the answers. Let's pronounce this word in parts. Environment. We have 4 parts, so if you
Four
got the
parts.
answer correct, huge round of applause. And if you didn't, I hope you know the answer now. Can we go to the next slide?
Let's move on to the next slide.
And I think we'll have the answer displayed as well.
Okay, we have our next word here. Can you go on the previous slide?
I think they picked up the answers. Did you guys see that?
Did you guys see it?
No, you didn't? I'm pretty sure everybody saw that.
Okay, this word is pronounced as intercontinental.
Still, pronounce the word and try it. All right, let's do a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Wonderful. How many of you are saying that because you saw the answer? Okay, no hands up. I see a few honest.
Okay, a few honest people there.
Completely
That's
fine,
good.
but we hope you got the idea. Intercontinental has 6 syllables with 6 different parts. Yes, next slide, please.
Next slide, please.
And now we have the answer, 6 syllables.
Can we go on to the next slide? Yes, now we have this word. I'm not going to pronounce this word. I want all of you to do it.
Pronounce it. Okay, I want you to say the word. All right, let's do a countdown. Are you guys ready?
3, 2,
1.
1.
Amazing. Okay, so we got 5. Let's say
5.
the word. Communication. Is that correct? Can we go to the next
Correct.
slide?
Yes.
Yes. Huge round of applause.
Good job,
to all of
everyone.
you.
It's 5 syllables.
Our last word.
Our last word.
We're not going to say the word either.
Can we have a countdown? 3, 2, 1.
4. Okay.
4.
I see some of you are saying 4, but you're holding up 3. Which one? 4.
4.
I see 5 over there. Okay. Professional. How many syllables?
How many syllables? 4.
4.
Right.
Let's see if that's
Professional.
correct. Can we go to the next slide?
Okay, we have the right answer here.
That's
Good
right.
job.
Huge round of applause. We are done for syllables. So I hope you
Good job.
understood this simple technique, but it is going to help you so much to spell words orally. All right. And our last spelling strategy for today out of the 4 is visualization. This word is just a fancy word for pictures or thinking of a picture. And I'm just going to explain this concept to you. Why is this concept useful? Ashwita, you've got your hand up. Yes, it looks like you really want to explain.
Yes.
Could you quickly
Go
come
ahead.
up and tell us why is this concept of visualizing something, that is thinking of a picture, useful?
Go ahead.
I think visualization means that a picture will be given and we should identify the correct word for it and also the spelling for it.
Okay, there'll be a picture and you'll identify the word. All right, you've described, I think, of an activity, but we're just talking about this method. Yes,
Can we have
someone
two more volunteers, please?
Okay, and yes, would you like to come up, please?
You can come up.
And actually, okay, you can also just join, but can we have someone new come up? Yes. Why is thinking of a picture? So for example, let's look at that example there. I hope the audience can see the word there. Can you guys read out the word there? Commandeer. Okay, the word is commandeer. And what's that image over there? A deer.
Deer,
Makes
right,
sense.
yeah.
And can you now think about why it's useful?
Go ahead.
I think pictures are more powerful than words because we can easily remember and understand them.
All right, amazing answer. Huge round of applause. Pictures are in fact very powerful because a lot of us are visual learners and we tend to remember things better visually. And yes, would you like to go ahead?
Could you introduce yourself?
I'm Srinidhi from Harpith Ology Tech School. If you see, like when there's a definition, sometimes you might not understand, but when there's a picture, and even in the spellbee, when they describe about it, you can know what animal it is, and you can spell it right, because in the picture you can see many descriptions that you might not understand when they give you like a note or something like that.
All right, that's an amazing
Wonderful.
answer. Huge round of applause. And why is this technique? Okay,
Yes, we have another volunteer.
volunteers.
Please come up.
We cannot say no to students. That's our weakness. But yes.
Yes, go ahead.
We can make swords by pictures.
Okay. Would you like to repeat that once more?
We can make words by pictures.
We can make words
Words.
by pictures. Okay, you've given us something we can do with pictures. Why is this useful? A lot of words are very general words. Like when I look at this word commandeer, the meaning of this word relates to a position in the military, and it's not very easy to remember the spelling. And when I look at the end, it has the ending ear. Ear could be spelled in so many different ways. It could be I-E-R, E-A-R, as someone mentioned, E-I-R, I could keep going. So how do I remember that commandeer ends with E-E-R? Well, it has a part that is deer at the end. There's a deer.
Right.
Literally, there is the word deer, and by picturing a deer, that immediately helps me recall, yes, the word commandeer is spelled with E-E-R, no confusion. So that is why this technique of visualization is very useful, especially for the higher grades, because your words, a lot of them that you come across might be very general words. All right, so are you guys going to use this technique if required? I see some more thumbs up. Do you guys remember what we said at the beginning? We like
We
a
want more
thumbs up
energy.
with a yes.
And a yes. A
Wonderful,
louder yes.
wonderful. All right, before we continue, can someone quickly shout out the time right now?
Oh, 10:27.
10:27. Okay, the reason we asked is we know you have your rounds and we don't want to keep you waiting too long. I know some of you are like, when is this going to end? I have my competition round. Thank you so much for letting us know. We're going to quickly finish off with one more of our spelling rules. Can we go to the next slide, please?
I think we now have an activity. Can we go on to the next slide?
We have an activity planned. We don't want to stretch this too long, so we would like 5 volunteers who have not come up to quickly come up. Who have not
Five
come
volunteers.
up, please. Yes, just 5 volunteers who have not come up, and the audience, you can participate along too. Yes, just 5, and I think we're done.
I think we have 6, but I think that's fine.
It's okay.
Fine.
You can join.
Okay, we have
Yes,
7.
one.
Wonderful.
All right, so we're going to quickly wrap up with a short activity. I know we wanted to do a demo spell bee round 2, but we don't want you guys to be waiting because you have your rounds. So we're going to do the fun surprise activity that we mentioned.
I think let's move on to the next slide, please.
Can we move on to the next slide? Will you be able to
The next
learn
slide, yeah.
these rules in a lot of
Next
different ways, and we will go
Next
on
one.
to the activity. The next slide,
The next
please.
slide, please.
Yes, okay. Letter by letter. We want to end today's session with something fun because I know you guys might be a bit tensed. You're going to go write the level 1 and 2 tests. So let's calm down a little and go ahead with a fun activity. We're just going to do 2 rounds of this, and this is letter by letter. Now, how many of you like playing games? Just games, general games. Okay, good. Word games? I see the same number of hands up. I'm very surprised. Amazing. This is a word game that we love to play. And letter by letter is when you like to play.
That's good. Wonderful.
Amazing. So letter by letter is when you have a word and each person of the team is going to spell one letter of the word. So this is a bit tricky because it tests your teamwork skills. And I think the audience can also join along when each one of you is spelling. Now what we'll do is, can we form a straight line?
Can we form a
please?
straight line,
We'd
please?
like each one of you to stand in a straight
In a line. So
line.
you can stand first, second.
Let's start with 5 of you. So we'll have the first 5 come up. Can we
You
have,
stand
you
in a
quickly
line.
form a line? All right. Now we're going to give you a word to spell. And I want each of you to spell one letter of the word. All
Okay,
right?
I think we have a lot of volunteers.
It's okay, we'll manage. So the word, for example, could be something like forest. I'll give you a small word. What you have to do is you need to say F, O, the next letter, R, E, S, and T. So if it ends, it will come back to the first person. Do you guys understand how this works? Does the audience understand how this activity works? Great, okay. Let's begin. So we'll give you a word to spell, and I want you to give me that one letter. So it could be the starting letter for you.
So I think we'll just start off with an example word. This word is environment.
The word is environment. You each need to say just one letter. Don't say the whole word, all right? Just the first letter. E. M. V. I. R. Could you pass the mic that way? Actually, I think they can join in. O. N. Can we help her out? M. 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 E. D. And T. Okay, I think you were pretty eager to say the last letter. N, M, and T. Wonderful. Can we have a huge round of applause? It might be the first time for some of you, so completely okay. So, do you guys understand how this works? All right, we're going to spell just one word now, but hopefully we can get it correctly. Do you guys think they're going to get it correct? Can I hear some more encouragement? Okay. And Harpith, what is that word?
The word is pronounced as understatement.
Understatement. Pretty long word, okay? Now, you need to have good listening skills. Make sure you don't lose track. Understatement. Shall we begin? Let's start.
I think all of the other volunteers can come towards the back here.
Towards the back, and we'll pass the mic around somehow. All right?
Okay.
Let's begin. So just pass the mic on to the person right next to you.
So each person has to say one letter of the word.
All right, let's start. Understatement.
Go ahead.
U. M. B. E. R. S. A. Okay, wait. So we see that there's an incorrect letter. Can the audience help out on this one? Great. Would you like to say the correct letter? P. Good. A. B. E. M. E. N. T. Amazing.
Wonderful.
Can we have a huge round
Great
of
job.
applause? All right, thank you so much. Do you guys want
Thank
to
you
do
so
one more
much.
word? We'll squeeze in just one more word. Okay.
Okay, this word is pronounced as collaboration.
Collaboration. Some of you are like, that's a tricky word. Try your best. Let's start.
Let's start. Sure, the word is collaboration.
C. O. L. A. Okay. Now, can the audience tell us what's the right letter? L. So this word has 2 L's. L. A. B. R. Wait, we have collabo. What makes the O sound? O. Great. R. A. B. I. O. N. And can we have a huge round of applause?
Wonderful.
Thank you all so much. You
Thank
can
you,
return
everyone.
back to your seats. And the reason we wanted to do this quick but fun activity was because we wanted you to de-stress. Do not be stressed at all. And I know you guys are going to be going into the level 1 and 2 rounds shortly. If you have any questions about those rounds, you can go ahead and ask us now. Do any of you have any questions about the level 1 and 2 tests?
Does anyone have any questions about the level 1 and level 2
Okay,
test?
how many questions are you going to be asked in the level 1 test?
30.
30.
30.
30 questions in the level 1 test. And what is the test? How are you going to answer? Good. It is a multiple choice question test. All you have to do is you need to circle the correct option. You will be given 4 different spellings of the same word. But out of the 4, 3 of them are wrong. Only 1 is correct, and you need to circle it.
Now,
it's that simple.
how much time do you have for the test?
30 minutes. Great job. And if you think about it, 30 questions, 30 minutes, you guys have a lot of time because 1 minute per question is more than enough. So even if you do get stuck on one word, do not panic at all because for the other words, you might look at them and instantly know the answer. So don't panic or don't be too nervous. You guys will definitely do well in both of the levels today. And we wish you the best of luck from our side. And we know that you guys have put in a lot of effort to prepare. So try your best. And again, we hope to see most of you in the level 3 and 4 rounds coming up. So we're going to wrap up our orientation session
So,
for today.
unfortunately, this is the sad part, but we have to wrap it up right
We
here.
have a few more things planned, but again, we will be interacting with all of you soon, and hopefully after today's exams as well.
So, how did everyone enjoy today's session? Yes.
Okay, was
Okay.
it fun? Great. I didn't have to ask you to repeat twice, so I know that it was fun. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us here today, listening patiently, and not just listening, but interacting with us. So good luck for the level 1 and 2 rounds. Again, just put in your best efforts because the exciting competition begins when we come to the oral spelling bee rounds.
So, thank you so much, everyone,
Thank
for
you so
listening
much.
today.
And are you all ready to ace the test?
Wonderful.
Are you all going to get every single question correct? I
Wonderful.
hope that is reality. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
And I think
everyone.
you guys will get going for your test. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to the parents who have accompanied your children here today as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for having us here today.
And good luck for the test.